Welcome back to Judith Plains, Montana. I'm BP, and this is the 555 Challenge. We are in March, guys, and I am pulling into the dealership. You saw us top off the Jack Daniel's whiskey production with our new case tractor. That is actually done. We actually have to go down to the production and get all of our whiskey and cancel our lease down there. We've burned through all of our production supplies. So we're up at the dealership this morning. I got a call from one of the guys up here. Said they just brought back in a Case Magnum demo tractor from the previous year, and said it's got a pretty good deal on it. It's got, you know, a couple hours, couple miles on it, but overall is a great tractor with some upgrades. And they know we just picked up this Case Magnum from them. They said, hey, it's probably going to be actually less money. We'll buy that one back from you and give you the new one. So come up and take a look. So we thought we'd bring it up here, see what's going on this morning. We will head into the shop and chat with them real quick and see if we can strike a deal and get out of here with potentially a much nicer case and a little bit of cash in our pocket. So I'll see you guys in a minute. It was a good deal, guys. Here is our new Case Magnum tractor. Comes with dual BKTs. Got the same 435 horsepower engine, but they've got a chip tune enabled. We're actually going to be able to increase the horsepower later on if we need to. So let's get the big boy Magnum back to the farm, and then we got to run up to the whiskey production and collect all of our whiskey and end our lease with them. We don't want to keep paying for the use of their equipment and machinery if we're not going to use it. So try to get up there and get that done today as well. So what else happened? Not much in February. It snowed. We took care of the animals. We did have, guys, it was crazy. Overnight we had 85 chicks born on the farm. So I think I'm officially done buying more chickens. We're going to fill up our 500 chicken coop here pretty fast, and I'm happy with that. We did have 8 lambs born, which is good. We did pick up another round of cows and water buffalo and goats and sheep this morning. I think we only got 1 water buffalo. The selection has not been very good, but we're building that herd up slow and steady. Other than that, we're continuing with our oil productions, and we should be good to mow our clover in April. Next month we'll have that, and the grass will be behind that by a month or two. I think it might be 2 months behind. We do need to figure out getting the corn in the ground. We can start planning that in April. There is a a planter in the sale today up at the shop. I did look at it, $45,000, but it's only a 4-meter working width, and I just don't think that's worth investing in. I would rather lease something for this season and get the corn in the ground and wait for a better deal or to sell some goods. Oh, buddy, you gotta pay attention. That was almost a disaster. Yeah, you can try to pass on them and turn them, but that's on you, dude. That's a bad decision. Good way to get clipped. But yeah, I think it's going to be better just to lease something and get the corn in the ground, and then once we have some sales of our productions or we make some money, we can certainly look at, you know, some other options. But I don't want to buy something that is not going to be a good fit, and I think that between the whiskey and the ethanol plant, we are going to be doing a lot of corn. So being able to plant that and get it in the ground effectively is important, and putting $45,000 into an implement that doesn't do that is not going to be a good financial decision. So let's go ahead and get this guy all unloaded. Jump in here. We got our strobes on our truck. The nice sounding tractor. Look at that. Looking good. This one also has some strobes on it. Look at all that. That looks awful nice. Jump in cab for you guys. All black interior. Super nice. Air conditioning, radio, everything you could ever want. All the displays, everything. So very, very nice tractor. Glad they gave me a call. They know I'm the case guy in the area. They get anything case in, give us a ring, and we will likely be there to pick it up quickly. So I think they think I just buy everything in case it comes up in the sale, because realistically, that's pretty much what we're doing here. So let's get the mower hooked up and just make sure everything works. Everything looks good. Okay. Jump on out. We'll have this guy ready to go when it's time to mow next month. Right now, I think we need to head over to the Jack Daniel's whiskey facility and grab our whiskey and just end our lease with them. Let them know we don't have any more corn and dry corn and barley to send over to make into whiskey, so we don't need to keep the machinery on hold for us. And I think we have to pick up, I'm not sure how many bottle or how many pallets of Jack Daniel's we actually have. I'm hoping it's somewhere about the 20 range. Be a nice little bit of profit when the time comes, but we'll have to see. Now we do have, I used all of our corn, so we dried some corn, and then I used all of the regular corn as well. But we do have some barley left over, which we could store for a later date to put into the Jack Daniel's facility maybe next year, or we could try to do something like flour and bread productions with that if we wanted to. We'll have to figure out what our plan is going to be. Love navigating this parking lot. Lots of room for a truck and a trailer, and this is not even our big truck and trailer, guys. So let's see what we get out of here. Get loaded up. So there's 10,000 liters of whiskey. Looks like it says we have 28,000 more, guys. That would be insane if we had that much more. That would be 38,000 liters of whiskey. And guys, I think that might actually be the case. 36. Yeah, it's always off by like 2 here. So if you can look down the bottom right-hand corner, 176 corn left over, 1,446 liters of barley, and then 28,000 liters of water, which doesn't really make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy off real quick. Let's run up across the front and check in with them and let them know we're going to be done with our lease, so they can let someone else have the machines if they want to. Let's see. Do we have to come in this way and do it? Or do we have to come in this way and do it? Let's see. See which way they want us to get rid of our lease. Okay. Well, let's take another look at this. Try to make this easy. Turn on interactive zone markers. Turn on the help menu. Manage production point. Visit previous, next, back. Yeah, we can't do anything here. If we visit it, it takes us right to here. That is very interesting, guys. I may have to call up here and figure out how to get the lease terminated for this month, because we certainly don't want to be paying a lease on the facility longer than we have to, since we're not using their production anymore. But for right now, we'll run our 26,000 liters of Jack Daniels back. We are definitely going to fill our pallet rack. We may have to buy a second one just to get everything off the trailer. Do not want to have an accident with all these glass bottles on the truck. I'm glad it is just around the corner to drop everything else off. Yeah, 36,000 liters of Jack Daniels plus. I thought we had like 24 to begin with, so that's what, 60,000 liters will sell for about $120,000 to $140,000 at peak price. That is going to be a good turn of events for us, guys. That made our corn and barley harvest quite productive. So let's jump in down here. Let's get these pallets put into storage and see what we get out of the rest of today. Gonna jump in here real quick and just get rid of the interactive zone markers. Don't want those on long term. Gotta watch the world's toughest trash can. Gate keeps our barn for us. Make sure no one hits our propane gas tank. Alright, that is looking pretty good. We're gonna get a little bit of a slide. Yeah, right in here we start to get a little bit of a slide because of the hill coming into the shed, so don't want to overcut it because it tends to, yep, there it is, pushing itself sideways. Yeah, it does not like that last little bit until we get flat again. There we go. Feeling better about it. So let's go ahead and get the straps off. Get it backed in here. I'm thinking we got to be pretty close to full on that pallet rack. Okay, so with the truck in the way, let's see about putting another pallet rack in there. Construction, we go over to silos. Scroll past it already. Now it's got to be lower down. Here we are. We want the big one. Alright, so if we put this one on this side. Okay. Now we got a pallet rack on either side. Make sure we don't dump any whiskey off coming up here and getting straightened out. They're kicking it around. This is where it doesn't cooperate because of the hill, but we'll get it. Just squeaking inside the building there. Don't hit our fuel tank. One thing, guys, I went to share with you the other day, this fuel tank that came on the farm when we bought it, it was full. That's a nice little add-on surprise. I was really pleased to get on the farm and have a full fuel tank. That was, you know, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of fuel we didn't have to buy. So that was quite nice. Nice little treat as well. So let's jump in to the shop and just check and see what we've got. We've got 24 over here and 40 over there. So we have 64 pallets of Jack Daniels whiskey, guys. That is great news. I am super excited about that. So really at this point, there's not much more to do in March. Let's head over to the house and we'll hang out and just catch up with you guys in April. See you guys in a minute. Welcome to April, guys. It is a sunny, beautiful morning. We got a little bit of rain in the forecast, so I want to jump right into the new Magnum and get that Clover mowed up as quick as we can to get some silage production going. So let's run over to the clover field and get started here. I'm hopeful that these new dual tires help with some of the ground deformation running over these grass and clover fields again and again and again. Distribute the weight a little bit. So let's get over here and get squared up. We should be easy and good to go right on the existing coursework. I had them poured over the GPS stuff, so it should be able to just run the same route we ran previously. We'll run into the settings. We'll jump into the settings and just get everything turned up and on as quickly as we can. Let's see, get that stuff set up. Probably mow a little faster than normal. And a couple of things there. Great. So mowing, we want to come down and grab the clover field, load the course into the GPS, and set it on its way. What are we thinking here, guys? Working out the course. There we go. Oh, didn't back up far enough, apparently. Oh, do we start on the other side, maybe? I thought we started on this edge, but apparently, nope, we started right here. So we'll jump in there and get everything squared away and on track. Nice. I'm liking the dual tires. And we are off. Oh, we got one small problem, and that's on me, guys. Didn't switch the mowers back over to swathing. There we go. That's on me. We'll get this guy, let him get running. And be ready to pick this stuff up on the back end. Yeah. That's a nice looking tractor, guys. I am very happy with our purchase. Excellent. Let's run down and check out the greenhouses. Get everything watered. I'm wondering, I think our beast can come with a dump bed. Maybe not. I say if it has a dump bed, it might be time to bring some wheat back for the chickens. Let's see. Oh, well, apparently we didn't bring the beast back after the last round of taking water over to the Jack Daniels facility. So, use us lambs and goats for coming through. There's our beast waiting for us where it's supposed to be. Alright, so get some water put in here. Our barley is looking good, guys. I am excited for that. Well, that's emptying. Let's take a look at this and see. Growth stage 6 of 8, 100% yield bonus, 100% fertilized. Does not need rolling, does not need lime, does not have weeds. That is a good looking crop over there, so I'm excited to have that. Get the rest of these greenhouses topped off. Looks like we're going to need to fill up with some water. Yeah, I didn't even get all the way through the second greenhouse before we ran out. That's alright. Not a problem. Go ahead and top off our tanker here. We had 13 lambs born overnight, guys, as well. I do want to, on our way back, stop and check the food in the lamb and goat pasture and just see where we're at. We're trying to burn through the grass on there just to get down to hay. We don't want to put hay in on top of the grass because then the grass never gets eaten, and then we just don't ever have that capacity back to put hay in until it's full. So wanting to let that get eaten down, but definitely don't want those animals without food. And these guys were thirsty. I don't know if we missed a day of watering yesterday or they were using extra for something, but they definitely took a lot of water today. All right, we'll top this guy off, get him parked. Want to just double check while we're filling here that last greenhouse. We still have the Jack Daniels leasing. I'm still working with those guys to figure out what we're going to do to handle that. That could take another 7,000, so I think we're going to go down and put 7,000 into that last greenhouse. We want to leave them topped off just in case we miss a day or come out late because of weather. I don't like having these guys not fully topped off if we can while we're here. So that'll take us down to about 13,000 liters of water. We'll get the tanker topped off and ready for tomorrow's escapades with watering the greenhouses. Alright. Nice and easy. And then we'll check in on the lambs and sheep and goats on our way home. They certainly look happy and healthy, but we want to check and see the status of their food. I did cut in a little drive on the back side of the farm, back by the sheep enclosure, just trying to get better access to other parts of the farm. And we have such limited access because we're so tight with our barns and everything else. So I'll show you guys that too. And the new case Magnum is out there doing work, guys. Looking good doing it. Okay. So down here, we'll check in on the sheep, and then you can see that little path I cut up there to the right. That gives us access to the back side of the chicken coop. Let's see what we got inside today. So they have 19,000 liters of food left, and there are 108 animals. That is good news. I think we started with over 50,000 liters of food. So with 108 animals, they're definitely starting to eat more. We'll leave that for another month or so and check how that's going. We've got a pallet and a half of wool, which is great. And I don't think we have any milk being produced yet. Let's jump in and just see what it says about the sheep barn. No goat milk yet, but let's see. We should come in and check the animal info and see if our goats are pregnant, because they should be. I would assume there are a couple of pregnant goats in here. Let's see. That's a goat ram. Let's see, start with the adults. This one's too young. Okay, so yeah. This one's 2 months pregnant with 2 babies, 2 months pregnant with 2 babies, 2 months pregnant with 2 babies, 6 months pregnant with, or actually, I think it's actually only 3 months. I think the gestation is only 5 or only 6 months, so they're halfway there. Yeah, we got a bunch of, there's 80, so that one may even give birth next month. So we're going to have a bunch of baby goats on the farm as well, which is exciting. Close the gate up so they can't get out. Let them keep eating. And I think we should start having a little bit of goat milk next month, which will be perfect timing. Get that stuff sold as well. So our little path leads up here back behind the chicken coop. Gives me easy access to get the Brantner trailer back in its spot. We can sort of sneak through here and go ahead and get the beast parked in the garage. So I think overall that's going to be about it for this episode. We'll get the baling done in the field as well. But I don't think we're going to take on any new tasks. Let's check the time-saving stock check and just make sure we don't have anything that's due or in April. So anything that says May could be ready to sell. Don't really have anything in May. Whiskey is July, and the price of whiskey is pretty high already. We have $2,174 per pallet. It only goes up to about $2,400, so that's not bad. Sunflower oil, we are also getting closer to the best-selling month. It says it's March. I swore it was June. We may have missed the best month for our sunflower oil, which is worth 50 grand. That'd be disappointing. Rice oil is also June. Its price is going up as well. And then we have our canola oil, which is not great priced until December, so that is just resting where it is. Now, we do have 33,000 liters of corn stalks, of barley. That would be worth turning into flour at a mill. So I did want to show you guys the corn stalk. So it's different than the regular straw, which is down here. So we have 169,000 liters of straw and 360,000 liters of corn stalks. So the corn stalks are used exclusively for animal bedding, and we will keep our straw to be making TMR at a later date. So I'm bummed that we missed the sunflower oil, guys. I swore that was a summertime sale, but I must have just misread that. So that's on me. But we'll make it through either way. So I guess the question is, do we want to take the barley down to a grain mill and have it turned into flour and then send it to a bakery over and make some bread to sell? Why don't we take a quick look at the map and see what we can find in way of productions? Let's see, tip stations. Let's get everything else off the map so we can have an easier time finding stuff. That's the winery. The flour mill is down here. The canning factory, Rocky Mountain Ethanol. We will be going there. Our oil plant that we own. The spinnery. The cement factory. I imagine that's, yeah, the dredging boat. So is there a bakery? Carpentry. That's going to be the Yingling. That's going to be the Jack Daniels. Let's see. That's the dairy. Montana Bakers. So there is a baker as well. So we could go ahead and... Is it this one right here? Yep. Let's tag this place. Let's grab our Volvo and run our barley down there and see about getting some flour made so we can get some bread made and make some money, because guys, we are down to 113,000. So we have about 2 months worth of we were disconnected. About 2 months worth of payments we can afford to make on our loan, and then we are going to be coming up short on money, which is going to be a tough spot to be. So let's try to get these productions rocking and rolling as quickly as possible so we can keep the cash flow positive. Go ahead and roll back our tarp. We may have to straighten up on this one a little bit. That's a bit of a tight corner for us. Let's see. Here we are. Gotta love those little wood blocks there on the walkway. They get us every time. Let's see. Come on, kick it around here, trailer. There we go. Now we're nice and squared up. Barley, 33,000 liters coming our way. There's a chicken in the hopper. Probably not a great place for a chicken to be. Let him get out of there. Alright, maybe we'll pull a little in-cab driving for our trip down there. Nope, did I hit? Not the world's biggest trash can. Must hit the mailbox. Having a hard time with the truck and the trailer today, guys. Maybe we do need to go out of cab here real quick. Interesting, the in-cab view is so much brighter than the cab overview, so interesting. We know we're not making that corner, so we're not even going to bother trying. We'll come out here, hang a right, and head back down. So yeah, I think we'll get the barley in and turned into flour, and then take the flour up to the bakery and have some bread made. We've got to keep working our productions to make sure that we get our money coming in. I'd love to be buying a field this year. Sorry, postman. I'd love to be buying a field this year, but we've got big loan payments due, and we are going to need a lot of money coming in. So I'm bummed we missed the oil mill, or the sunflower oil sell time. That was just an oversight on my part. Certainly could have used that $50,000. We'll make up for it next year by the time we get there. Just hopefully don't need the money between now and then. So I will see you guys down at the mill in just a minute. We are getting close to the mill. We're back behind the ethanol plant. I think it's right up here on the right. Pardon me, folks. There we go. Yeah, I think we're just up here at the stop sign to hang a hard right. So, a quick look. And pull on into the oil mill. Sorry, guy. Okay. So, before we get our barley dropped off... Ooh, what happened up here? Came in crooked, apparently. Before we get everything dropped off, let's run on over and talk to the guys about getting a lease on the mill. I will be right back. Well, that was easy to take care of, guys. About $700 a day, and we are good to dump our barley, and they will start producing our flour for us. So let's get all of that added in. We can check on the production here. We have barley set to distributing, and it is 30 barley to 22 flour. So we'll let that run for a couple of months until we are out of barley here, and then we'll come pick it up and go from there. So I'm not sure if we can get out down here, but we're gonna give it the old college try. See if we can't get around the back side of the building. Oh, way better than the Jack Daniels facility. Way more room to turn around. So, all right, guys. Well, I think we're going to call it here for the episode. I will get the clover baled up and put into the silage silo, so we can have silage for next episode. We'll probably pick up here in May. In which point we will need to be getting corn in the ground pretty much regardless of our options. So we'll be solving that problem as well. But thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. And I'll see you in the next one.